Hey y'all, it's Coach K. I wanted to come on really quick just to have a quick conversation with you. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about really establishing your empire on solid rock and making sure that your foundation is sound and what that looks like. Like what you can do today to start making sure that your foundation is firm so that no matter what happens, no matter what they say, no matter what they do, you understand that they didn't give it to you, they didn't build this, and they can't take it from you. I read this scripture this morning and it really made me think about student athletes and how, you know, it's amazing how quickly you can rise to fame and rise to, stardom, but it's crazy how quickly you can fall and crash because you're not prepared for, the backside of the blessing. So I want to read this scripture really quick and then we're going to dive into the content for today, okay? So I'm reading Matthew 7, verse 24 through 27. It says, anyone who listens to my teaching and follows it is wise, like a person who builds a house on solid rock. Though the rain comes in torrents and the floodwaters rise and the wind beat against the house, it won't collapse because it is built on a bedrock. But anyone who hears my teaching and doesn't obey it is foolish, like a person who builds a house on sand. When the rain and the floods come and the wind beat against the house, it will collapse with a mighty crash. This made me think of y'all today. And I don't want this to be something that scares you or makes you feel like, dang, she ain't got no faith in us. That's not the case. But it made me really think about how ill prepared some student athletes are for that fall. I don't think a lot of people think about, whenever you get those eyes on you, whenever you get the opportunity to showcase your gifts and your talents and your abilities, you don't think about the days where you're not going to be on. You don't think about the days when you may be slightly off and you got things going on, circumstances happening, and how quickly the tide can change and turn on you. And the impacts of all of that. It's inevitable that if they try to put you on a pedestal, or if you value them putting you on a pedestal, you're going to fall in a sense and in a way that's going to be very detrimental to your growth. And I think that it's super important that you understand who you are, who you serve, why you have this gift, and what the purpose of it is, so that you're able to sustain whenever you have those moments where things go crazy. In order to avoid some of that or to prepare for some of that, I think that it's vital that you create a standard for yourself, that you create the standard for what it means to be a student athlete for you. How does that look? Who are you trying to become? Like, making sure that your standard, your values, and your morals come from within, not from outside, not from the crowd, not from the noise. So I want to help you do that by just implementing some small steps and asking you questions. It's really as simple as asking the right questions and giving you some time to reflect and to think about what this opportunity means to you. So, um, I'm a former athlete, but I didn't get the opportunity to play collegiate sports. And I was devastated when I got injured and I wasn't able to compete at the level that I thought that I could compete. And so my opportunity to play collegiate sports was stripped from me. And I had to really think about what life was gonna look like after, because I planned to play sports. I planned to play in the WNBA and all the different stuff. Got the tattoo to prove it and everything. But um God had other plans for my life because he understood and he knew what he created me for. And I didn't understand at first, but I know now more than ever what it is and what he wanted me to do. And he needed me to have that experience so that I could be able to teach and help you all when it comes to, overcoming, preparing, and just thriving when it comes to your gift and what he's called you to do. So I want to be the first to tell you that your gift of athleticism is a gift. He gave it to you. It's a very amazing gift to have because it gives you an opportunity to experience so many things that you would not have experienced outside of that. You get to travel, you get to meet new people, you get to really for some of you, you get to be champions, you get to experience that, but it affords you so many different experiences. And I think that, you know, it's something that we kind of take for granted at times because we're just used to having that gift and having that um having that gift and being able to use it to the best of our abilities. But I want to tell you that your gift of athleticism is just one of your gifts. You have so many more gifts inside of you. I believe that God gave you the gift of athleticism to give you a platform to glorify his name, to also, expose you to different things so that you can be able to use your mouthpiece and use your platform to inspire and plant seeds of positivity into other people. But it also gives you an opportunity to explore yourself and to discover your other gifts. Athleticism is the gift that you chose because it was the one that was so prevalent. It was so, visible. But you have so many other gifts deep inside of you. But in order to protect your journey and to protect your heart when it comes to this process of going through athletics, I think that it's important for you to set a standard for yourself, and only you can set that standard. It's going to be important that you set that standard and build your culture before you choose an institution, before you go on and try to like attach yourself to a whole nother entity or institution. I think a lot of student athletes tend to focus on building based off of what somebody else told them, based off of the praise that you receive, based off of, anything outside. I think that it's really easy to think about what you can do and what your options are based on what other people tell you. But it's going to be extremely vital that you learn how to operate as an owner, as an individual who understands what they possess and understands the requirement placed on that said gift. When I read this scripture today, it made me really think about student athletes and think about, how quickly how quickly you can rise and how quickly you can fall. A lot of times I feel like the reason why the fall is so dramatic and so great is because the house or the empire was never built on a solid foundation. It was built off of, you know, the praises and the kudos and the things that you get from outside sources. So it's going to be extremely vital that you take the time to establish your kingdom principles, that you understand where your gift comes from, why you received it, and how you want to use it when it comes to this next process and how you want to move. Because you can't join a culture and think that you're going to be able to sustain if you don't even know what your culture is and if you haven't established a culture for yourself or a standard for yourself. And so I think that in a world full of people who are helping you get to the bag, I want to be that life coach that teaches you the importance of preparing for the backside of the blessing and making sure that you're able to sustain once you get everything that you've built. Once you get to the point where you've established these things, I want your house to be sturdy and firm and sitting on bedrock, not sand. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so that you can be tapped in for our 6-week series. We're going to be helping you to establish a solid foundation and set your standards for your journey. I pray that this is helpful, and I hope to see you next week. Until next time, stay focused, trust God, and respect the process. I'm Coach K. I'll talk to you later. Bye.